Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Aurora 4X. Now the soundtrack you're hearing in the background is one I found on freemusicarchive.com or whatever you want to call it. It's okay, it's hard trying to find some music that's not copyrighted. I only have this song at the moment, but in the future we'll be able to try and find some more soundtracks, and then, yeah, hopefully I won't get a copyright strike for every goddamn single video I ever put up. And get some nice different music in there. So I hope you guys enjoy. Right then, so we had just destroyed the first Transvaal. Everything's coming up Millhouse. We have more Travanais on their way. It's going to be fantastic. The home fleet is powering through all these AMMs. Rightio then, gentlemen, let's get on with this then, shall we? Yep, destroyed by the Archer. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Sadly, yeah. I think what we need to do in the future then is possibly design the missiles to have some onboard sensors so they can be retargeted. I think that's probably the best idea. Right then, so we're going into 30 seconds and we shall see. But it's good to take one down, it's fantastic. Okay. Archer's unable to locate target. Well, no. Not surprised about that one. Was the Archer actually targeted at that one? That may be why, actually. Weapons firing. Ah, yes, you were targeted on that one. Okay. So, 002 is damaged. We'll fire on 003 then. So fire at 003. I'm giving you a target here, sir. Oh, right, there we go. Wrong one. Fantastic. Right, we have more Travanais that are just about to hit here. Right, so that's 5 seconds that went by. We'll have another 5 seconds. We should see the Travanais hit. Hopefully, the impact should further slow down the ship, making it a lot easier for us. Especially as these ships are not moving away as fast, it's going to be a lot sooner for our missiles to hit their targets. Okay. There we go, we got some hits on target. That's quite a few destinations there. Now we'll be able to see what kind of damage we did in the following round. I'm hoping that we knocked off a considerable amount of its speed. Right, let's go over here and I'm going to check on the missiles in flight. Right, so these are... I suppose we'll have to sort by missiles in flight and the distance, I suppose. Time to target. Right, here we go. Hastati. How odd. I'm going to assume these ones are the ones right to the front then. Targeting 002, 002. So there's quite a few targeted at 002 and a few targeted at 003. Interesting. Right. Can we see how the crews actually perform in here? Actually... Okay, there we go. So the grade point is about 2,000, interesting. Crew morale's 100%, grade bonus is 34. Okay, so that might be the maximum then. As it does not seem to go any higher than that, as of yet. Though I could be wrong. I'd imagine the grade bonus would be a lot higher if we still had more people. Well, if we had more commands. I mean, we have flag bridges, though we have not got sector commands, and I imagine sector commands would be available, given us a high grade bonus. Okay, so there we go, the lasers are targeting. We've hit the 002 with a few more missiles. Surprisingly, the speed has not dropped down. That is rather surprising. 8 targets, okay. Oh, sorry, 8 missiles hit their target. Oh no, only 4, okay. 5 Travanais hit over here, fair enough. I think it takes about 25 terrarii to take down these ships. I might be wrong here. Probably a little bit less than that. We are probably firing something approaching overkill. Ah well. I'd love to know how many missiles are still yet to come. Right, we see the soldat all the way out there. Oh well. Hopefully there's enough terrarii here to actually finish these ships off. That would be really handy. Okay. Come on, lads. Yes, so we'll have to redesign the ASMs, I do believe. I don't think we're far away from that new engine type. I'll have to check in a moment or whenever the round stops. And then I think we'll design the new engines. Okay. Destination not found for the home fleet, fair enough, yes. Okay. Right, the missiles have entered the cordon. Fair enough. Righto, righto. Let's check on that research then, shall we? Ah yes, magnetic confinement fusion drives. 21st of May 2095. Not that far away, not that far away at all. Yes, we can afford to wait for that. Right, what do we want to do with the home fleet? I think we're going to carry on heading towards Ceti. We're still well within range. Well within range. So we can keep on firing off these terrarii, and they will keep tracking. So we'll go for that then. Okay. I am very eager to find out what's at the center of the system. I really do feel like it's going to be a planet, a colonized world. And that would mean that the Kroxigar have jump capability. Which I imagine they must do. I mean, if they're off-world, then they do have Trans-Newtonian technology, of course, so they've got to have jump capabilities. Speaking of jump capabilities, I could do with upgrading my own, especially the efficiency of the jump engines. Make it so that we can carry more ship with less jump engine. That would be pretty nice. As of course, the military... Well, the size of the jump engine dictates the size of the actual ship it can carry, as well as the fleet that it can carry. So say you have a ship that's 20,000 tons and your jump engine can take 20,000 tons, it could carry another 3 or 4, or however many you have in the squadron of that same size. Under is fine, but over, no. Of course, military engines can also take civilians, whereas civilians can't take military, which is a bit of a shame. I wish it was the both ways around, but oh well. Right, new missile contacts. Fair enough. I do feel like I could actually just take the AMMs off here and be absolutely fine. Right, we have more terrarii out. Yeah, it's gonna take them some time. Surprised 002 didn't take more damage. I would have expected it too. Oh well. So I may turn off the AMMs in a moment and we'll see how we get on with just the lasers. I think we'd be absolutely fine with just the lasers. At least then we could speed up this combat resolution. As of course we are completely superior to the Kroxigar here. I'm not looking forward to the day that we meet something that is more than capable of taking me out. Well, but that used to be the Kroxigar. I think we have turned off AMMs actually, I'm not entirely sure. Seems that way. Home fleets are moving out, they're just within range. Right, let's see. No target. Huh. How interesting. How interesting. Well, that's fair enough then. I don't mind that then. So let's take a look at our ammunition. Right. We're down to about 60-odd%. We have fired quite a few of our missiles. Take a look at the Archer. Ordnance. Yeah, we're almost out. So I think we're going to stop firing missiles completely. We might as well save some of these Terrarii just in case. Right, ceasefire. Clear target. Ceasefire. Clear target. There we go. Right then. We should have some missiles left then. So if we take a look over here, we have 5 on the Archer, we have 15 on the Crusader, we have 35 on the Enforcer, and we have 6 on the Green Arrow. That is okay. I mean, it's enough to take out a ship, well, pretty much guaranteed to take out one enemy ship. So we'll keep these Terrarii in reserve, and we'll rely on our beams for now. Right. Yes, okay. Fuel is a little bit low, it's about 70% or lower. It's not fantastic, but we can make do with that. Okay. Should start to see these Terrarii land soon. Automated turns, let's go for it. Yeah, so we do need to put the new fire control onto these ships or retrofit it on there. As you can see, our lasers are targeting both, they just don't have the range due to the fire control, which is a bit of a shame. See, they are targeting out at 310,000 kilometers, where we can only fire at 300,000. Right, energy weapon impact detected. Yeah, this is the thing, we have something like 30 plus lasers, so yeah, this is no problem. Right, we should be able to proceed fairly quickly now. I still really favoured the idea of the laser warheads for these AMMs. I really want to see how that works out. I feel like they could be fantastic as a dual-purpose AMM, because we could close in. I mean, a normal AMM with a normal warhead, it's not going to do much in the way of damage. And I would imagine it would probably take a little while to... I don't know, it'd probably be absorbed, actually, by the armour. Unless it's a shock damage that's actually doing anything to them. So possibly having the laser would destroy armour, guaranteed. If that makes sense. Like, maybe the normal warheads, after a while they'll break through the armour, but with the laser they might be able to dig through it a lot easier. Right, there we go. Nuclear detonations. Yeah, okay, that's got to have hurt. That's 9. 9 size 12 detonations. Okay, so we have another 15 Terrarii over here. Righto, righto. So I do imagine 002 is not long for this world soon. At least I hope so. Yes, it has been destroyed. Good. So that's 002 out of action. Good, good. New reg detected. Yep, so it got hit by another 5 missiles and then was completely destroyed. So it's by the Crusader. Good job there, lads. Good job. Right. So if I have the missile ships target the enemy, then perhaps they will guide their missiles over there without firing any new ones. So see if that works. I hope it does, because I do not want these missiles in flight to self-destruct. Yeah, you can see how their missiles are changing trajectory. Okay. Righto. So in all honesty, I never really even needed to fire any AMMs. My lasers are more than capable of dealing with it. I mean, they're coming in such small volleys. There was the bloody fight at Proxima where we were dealing with volleys of 44, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Ah, they've self-destructed. At least these guys are still on their way, so that's not too bad. Right, so we have 10 here, and another 10 here. That's fantastic. So at least it's going to get hit by 20, which should do a decent amount of damage. Well, more than decent. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt them badly. And it should slow them down, actually. It's nice to see the Terrarii are performing very well, though. I mean, they are doing their task. They are breaking down that armor, and they are absolutely gutting these enemy ships. I don't know, I'd like in the future to perhaps develop a microwave-based destroyer or something like that, a cruiser. Microwave weapons target the enemy's sensors and fire controls, I do believe, so they could be made, well, rendered inoperable, which would be rather incredible considering the ship would not be able to fire then. So you can imagine we'd be able to come right up close to that ship and either using Masons trying to destroy the engines and then launch boarding action with Marines on board, try and take control of the enemy ship and bring it back home. It could be a really nice way to try and gain some... Either the ships itself, I don't know if we'd be able to repair them, or if they were more advanced we could obviously take care of that ship and the technology on board. So there's a lot of options in this game, so many options. Come on lads, give them hell. I wonder if we can go at higher speed. Give it time for it to go through that auto turn. Come on, lads. Oh, there we go. Right, new hostile contact, fair enough. That's just the lasers. The missile, sorry. We should see energy impact detected soon, dictating the fact that a missile has been taken out. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. They're doing very, very well. Really need to take a look at that beam fire control in the future. Try and retrofit that on there. I do hope it can be retrofitted on there. I am having some trouble trying to change the designs of these ships. I need to find out how to effectively change them. We might be able to... I don't know, we can't really take the current generation engine technology and put it on there because it doesn't fit. The last generation technology which they're built on, it's... I don't know. The only way I could modify it is increasing fuel consumption and increasing the engine power, which doesn't really work out well. Sure, we get that extra speed, but the logistics nightmare is going to be there. It's going to be very, very real. Okay. Right, let's hope this next impact takes the ship down to a nice speed limit. I'd imagine it'll take it down to about 4,000. The next one might take it down to about 2,000 if we're lucky. Yes. Come on, my lads. Take him out. I do wish the game resolved faster though. I mean, if it could just go a little bit faster, that'd be amazing. Right, there we go. We had 10 impacts upon the enemy. Very nice, very nice. Righto. Still dealing with these arseholes, but it's fine. Yeah, so we're only going to move at 5 seconds due to the fact of the missiles being detected. But I don't imagine there's many more now. I do not imagine that is the case. Right, the sold-out is still all the way out here. Which is interesting, considering it's beyond my active range, but I'm detecting it because it's sending out actives. Just fair enough. Right, we still have some way to go into the Tau Ceti system. Okay, let's get on with this then. I'm going to be interested to see the Transvaal 003 speed. I would be happy if it was taken down considerably. Though every little helps. Oh no, it's still at 4,000 speed, 4,900. How interesting. Indeed. Can we have minutes go by? If we could have minutes go by, that'd make things a lot faster. The issue is, it seems to be the same amount of time to resolve an actual turn, no matter how long actually goes by. At least at this point in time. Okay, energy weapons, opening fire. Come on, Terraria eyes, give him hell. Feels so good to take out the Croxigal with very little effort. Feels so nice. I do think with the new engine technology we will develop a few new generations of warship. And we'll have to develop some specialized roles. I mean, we'll have battle cruisers, possibly a battleship, but a battleship, like, how would we actually design one of those? That's an interesting prospect in space. I mean, there's no projectiles. Even the plasma cannonade is technically an energy weapon, and it's extremely short range, however. Ah, well. I suppose we'll just have to stick with beams. I probably will have missiles on there, though I think I'm just going to keep missiles to dedicated ships, and then at least we're making the most effective use of our resources. Instead of creating a jack-of-all trade sort of ship, you know what I mean? We still need to conquer Ankalolika Prime, just need more troops on that actual planet. Which is pretty doable. We'll just have to wait a few months, we'll have all those troops on the planet, we'll be able to enforce our terms upon the world and take it over. And then what we shall do with the aliens, I'm not entirely sure. Right, more detected. Most importantly, I'd like to ship humans onto the world. If we could get more humans onto the world and outnumber the aliens, that would be fantastic. Make them strangers to their own homeworld. Kinda cruel in a way, isn't it? But, that's how it works. I mean, we do have Earth, we have Luca Prime, we have New Carthage, they're all fully populated. I do think people are still going to no, I think they're still going from New Carthage to Luca Prime. We can check on this, right? Luca Prime, 72 million people. There's still a worker shortage of about 1 million people, which is surprising, very surprising. Right, we have all this unused construction. What would we want to do with this? Could build labs, but we don't have any Mecasium, which is a bloody shame. Right. It's probably just going to be more labs, really. More and more labs. Right, we're going to stop this conversion of fuel. New Carthage. Yeah, we're still looking fine over here. How would look in that summary? Available workers is about 15 million. That's fine. Syracuse. Yeah. No maximum population, so it can keep on going. This world, however, will be interesting. Apparently, we'd require infrastructure over here, so it would require a little bit of terraforming to be ready. But look at all these resources here, untapped resources. Earth, just down to that geranium, really. Okay. Righto, righto. How long went by? 5 seconds. Okay. God, I want Ankalolika Prime. I want Proxima Centauri as well. I really do. I think for Proxima Centauri we're gonna need a hell of a lot of troops. Or just better research. Probably better technology and more troops would be helpful. The heavy assault would be very nice to have, but we do need that defensiveness to actually force them to surrender. I'd rather not use radiation warheads to bombard the population, kill off some of the population. Ah, well. I do wonder, it is incredibly cruel, but I do wonder if we could terraform the atmosphere of the world and make it unlivable. Though they could have infrastructure on a planet, which I'd imagine they probably do have infrastructure on the planet, that would allow them to survive. But it's one way. I suppose it could work on a conventional empire, as I don't think they could actually develop infrastructure. I'm not entirely sure. Right, here we go. We're going to see some impacts in a moment. Come on, kill it. Hit something vital. Ah, there we go. Very, very nice. Right, that did a lot of damage there. Secondary system explosion, so power system, strength 8 detected, so that's, yeah, that's very nice. We've done some huge damage there. Let's have 5 seconds go by, we can see what speed it's down to. And how fucked up it actually is. But that's very nice. That's a huge amount of damage there. That's 128 damage with the missiles and that explosion on board. And that's got to be something vital, so crew will probably have died. Right, there we go. So it's down to 1,640 kilometers per second. Yeah. Sadly, it's going to take a long time for our trios to get out there. Ah well. Once we get rid of these missiles, we'll be fine. Yeah. Maybe we should head in towards the missiles and speed this sort of thing up. It's not the worst idea, considering the fact that we don't need to fear these missiles. So I think I'm going to head towards the salvo at the rear. And then at least we can speed this sort of thing up and be done with it. Shoot down the missiles, then we can start speeding time up while our Tri home in on the last Transval. That would be very nice. Okay. Right. Let's take a look at this distance then. Yeah, that's going to take some time to get over there. Have an hour go by. The thing is, if we can just kill off these missiles, then we can have time go by faster, which will be fine. It only slows down so much once you have missiles that are so close in. After that, it's a lot faster. But it's good to see 2 of their ships destroyed. Right, so it's about 8 seconds away, apparently. I doubt that. I suppose that's the distance, well, the time it would take for it to travel normally. Perhaps. Then again, it might be minutes. Yeah, I think it's minutes, actually. Yeah, days, hours, minutes, yep, it's minutes. Oh well. I do apologise again for these engagements. I know they're incredibly long and laborious. At least these sorts of ones. In the future, when we have more advanced ships versus more advanced aliens and enemies, I do imagine it will be a lot more interesting. Ugh. Okay, that's just about to enter the cordon. Yeah, they'll be taken out. If we develop sensors in the future that allows us to see at much further range and have our ASMs able to reach out to that range, then I reckon combat would be a lot easier. Mostly due to the fact that we'd not have to even bother getting in close enough to be in AMM sort of range. So at least we would not have this amount of salvos on us. Right, so that salvo 79 is about 904,000 kilometers away. Should be able to make up that ground pretty quickly. Yeah, there you go. So we're moving about 150,000 kilometers per increment. Something in that order. Maybe 200,000, something like that. Oh no, about 150,000 kilometers per second. That's not bad. Yeah, so 150,000 kilometers in the 5 seconds. Okay. Actually, no, it's not 150,000 kilometers in the 5 seconds. I think we're having about 25 seconds go by here, maybe 30 seconds. I think that would be more likely. Right, there we go. Destroyed those. How long have we had? Yeah, there we go. So that's 5, 10, 20, okay. Righto, that makes a lot more sense. I was a little bit confused then. As it seems to be moving far too quickly. I mean, I wish we moved about 150,000 every 5 seconds. We'd be moving significantly faster. I don't think my AMMs move that fast. Actually, no, then again, I think they probably will do. I mean, 40,000 per second. Let's stick